Good morning, everyone. Just have a few words here to say about the college admission scandal and the fact that it's not only with what's being reported in the news, but this stuff has been going on for years, hundreds of years, as a matter of fact, in the military academies and also in the state-funded schools and also other schools. What seems to be happening here is the federal government is going after, and the state prosecutors are going after individuals in the media. I should say individuals, entertainers and actors who are making a lot of money. And that's who the prosecutors are going after. Of course, now the reason why they're going after these people is because these people are famous, and the prosecutors, when they prosecute famous people, the prosecutors get famous, and they can continue their political careers. So you very seldom have prosecutors going after nobodies. Prosecutors like to have high-profile cases with name recognition. So if they can go after people who are making a lot of money and who are very popular in the public eye, that's who the prosecutors are going to go after. So I'm going to go on down through this. I got a couple more view graphs, and then I want to talk about the military and also the federal government and the state government involvement in this thing. This was also on the internet. I took these off the internet, and I'm just throwing them on this little video here. At least some of the parents who were charging the college admission scandal have recently received letters that notify people they could be targets of a criminal probe. They're going to try to send some of these people to prison, and they're going to fine them lots and lots and lots of money. I mean, that's just typical the way the system works. And once again, they're doing this because these people are high-profile people. Now, this ongoing corruption scandal involving major universities in the United States. Basically, I haven't heard of any politicians being involved in this thing, although there's absolutely no question about it that politicians are involved and have got universities to accept their sons and daughters. And the way they do that is they can give these colleges and universities grants, federal grants, and there's a lot of federal grant money out there if they will play ball with them and get their sons and daughters admitted. So a lot of that definitely goes on, and that's, in my opinion, a lot worse than these movie stars paying money to these colleges and universities to get their children admitted. So it's kind of, if you will, they're hitting at the high-name people, and they're leaving the elected officials out of this thing, out of this probe, and they really need to, if they want to have the support of the American people behind them, they really need to bring some of these guilty military people and political state and federal people into this thing also, because the citizens of this country are not stupid, and they realize that this thing, they're only going against high-named individuals that have a lot of influence. I mean, I have not heard of a single politician being named as one of the people in this probe, and there are politicians out there and so forth, and it's not only people who are in the movies and our various actors and so forth. So to me, it's kind of a scam. There's absolutely no question that military academies and state universities are also guilty in the college in university admissions and bribery scandal. I mean, it's been going on for years, hundreds of years, as a matter of fact. And there's reasons that it goes on, and it will continue to go on. The only thing that prosecutors, federal and state prosecutors, could do to prevent this, they could tighten down on it. They're not going to ever be able to totally prevent it, but they could tighten down on it and make the system a lot more fair and make it much more difficult for military and political individuals to influence the system and get their children in military academies and state universities. Military academies, once you get selected for a military academy, it's a free education. I mean, these the movie stars and people in the media who have been accused and are currently on trial for this, they got their children into these universities, but they didn't get scholarships. I mean, they basically are paying their own way. So yeah, they used a little influence to get them in there, but once they got in there, they're still paying large amounts of money to attend that university or college. So there's no doubt that military and federal government and state officials have been doing this, and they've been doing it, like I say, for years, hundreds of years. All it takes to verify this is a little research by the news media and a little research by state and federal authorities. And they can find out that there are definitely some guilty people out there. Like I say, it's been going on for hundreds of years. The sons and daughters of generals and admirals are almost guaranteed admission in military academies. That is, if the general or admiral is high enough in rank. And if the general or admiral is high enough in rank, what they can do is they can keep the people who are teaching at the academy or at high-ranking positions in the academy. They can say you like your job and you want to continue to stay here. And of course, generally the answer is always yes. Generals say, well, I want you to get my son in to the university, and I can guarantee you're going to stay here. And that's what happens is choice assignments are given to those people who play ball and look the other way. As a matter of fact, if you did a little research on the military academies and took a look at the records of a lot of the young men and women who are admitted to those military academies, you'll find that sometimes the best and the brightest are passed over, and the sons or daughters of high-ranking generals or admirals are put in their place. So we're not getting the best people as a result out of these military academies. Certainly we're getting some good people out of there, but we're not necessarily getting some people that should or to be in there. And the same is true in a lot of colleges, state colleges, and also colleges throughout the country. I mean, there's a lot of political influence, and there's a lot of federal grants and state grants that are given to these colleges for various research projects and so forth. So that is used as also a bribe to get these children of these federal and state officials into the college or university. So that's the reason why it works. Is choice military assignments can be used if you play the game and you look the other way on certain things. And also there's state and federal funding going to these colleges and universities. and that is used to ensure that state or university grants admission to certain individuals. And also there's state and federal grants for various types of research and so forth, and those are also used as carrots, if you will, on a stick, so that certain admissions to the university or college is made. So what I'm saying here is this. The current college admission prosecutions are really a scam, and they're hitting private citizens, especially entertainers and those in the movie industry. The real criminals, and I mean these are the real criminals, the ones being paid with taxpayer dollars, are laughing behind the scenes and continuing to get away with what they've been doing for years. So is the system rigged? Yes, the system is rigged. And are prosecutors going after the real criminals? No. The prosecutors are going after the high-priced entertainers, people who have a lot of name recognition, and they're not really going against after some of these military people and some of these state and federal politicians who are guilty of the same thing. And actually, in my opinion, they're actually guilty of a lot worse, because they're being paid with taxpayer dollars, and they're using taxpayer dollars in grants and funding to rig the system in their favor. So I would certainly like to see the current college admission scam bring in some of these politicians and bring in some of these military officials who are guilty of rigging the system, and I feel that the American citizens would then realize that the system is a little less rigged than it actually is. Currently, right now, I think, and like I said before, the American citizens are not stupid, and they realize that what's happening here is only high-priced entertainers are being charged, and they see that that's happening, and they see that the system is really rigged. And I think something needs to be done. So I would hope that the news media and the federal and state prosecutors get involved and they go after some of these military and these state and federal elected officials for their involvement in some of these admissions schemes also. Anyway, that's my take on this thing, so I hope you folks enjoyed the video, and if you did, please subscribe. Thanks a lot, and you folks have a nice day.